Oh, can't you see? We're running out of time. You gotta lose your mind if you think you're doing fine. You can't describe it yet, but something is wrong. Where are your dreams now, and why don't you feel strong? Yeah, yeah. Every day, every night, you try to find yourself. Don't live your life as someone else.
What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Wrestling Matters podcast. Now, a huge apology is in order for you guys, man, because just get my mic in check there. I have been away for a bit. I've had some IRL issues to deal with, plus some other stuff as well. And a lot of things that were distracting me from doing the podcast. But I'm going to bust out some episodes in the coming days. And we're going to play catch-up in this episode today, because there's been a lot of stuff while I've been away. But I've had some IRL stuff that I needed to take care of. A lot of problems, car issues, work-related as well, and all that stuff. But it's all been taken care of now. I can now finally focus and do all that good stuff as well. Yes, I made mistakes as well. I'm not ashamed to admit that. You know, because I am a man. I am a 38-year-old man, ladies and gentlemen, and we all make mistakes. It's just some people don't have the guts to admit it. So, you know, or admit where they've gone wrong and everything. And I'm learning. It's a hard thing to do, but I'm still learning to do that. You know, sometimes you have to take L's in life. So that's what I'm doing. Now, so today on the podcast, we're going to talk about Extreme Rules. The WWE returns as well. And there's been some good ones. And whatever else we could fit into the podcast as well. So, let's go ahead and talk about Extreme Rules. So, let me get this up here. So let's go ahead and just talk about Extreme Rules. Since Triple H has took over from Vince McMahon, he's done quite a good job, hasn't he? He's brought a lot of people back. A lot of people back, in fact. And, yeah, he's done very well for himself. Very well for himself. So, the matches. Let's go through the matches. The Brawling Brutes beat Imperium. The day before, Sheamus had a match with Gunther, the rematch from Clash in the Castle, which was a good show, by the way. The rematch from Clash in the Castle, I still believe to this very day. I'm sorry. Yes, Gunther retained the title at Clash of the Castle, but I still believe to this very day, in my opinion, I believe that Sheamus should have won that match. But the Brawling Brutes beat Imperium in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. It was just a fight, pretty much, and they did it. Good on them, and I don't know where this feud's going between them two, but yeah, it was just a fight. Ronda Rousey is once again SmackDown Women's Champion. Now, I don't know where they're going with this. I don't know what the deal was. Maybe they just did it to give Liv Morgan a championship run. Yeah, but this was very weird to me. And it was a very weird ending because Ronda made Liv submit and she was smiling. I don't know where that's going. A match that I'm very surprised at, if I'm being honest with you. Karrion Kross beat Drew McIntyre in the strap match with a little help from Scarlett. But what can you do? It was in the confines of Extreme Rules. No holds barred and all that. So what can you do? Bianca Belair won the ladder match, which was pretty good. Pretty good. The match that stole the show was Edge and Finn Balor with a very, very unique ending, which got Beth Phoenix involved. And I think they kind of turned. I think Edge was in this situation before with the Authority because they used him to try and get the Authority back. I remember Seth doing it one time when he did it to use the Authority. Well, they turned the tables on Edge this time, except they didn't use Edge, Judgment Day. They used Beth Phoenix, his wife, and they got him to quit, even though they still gave Beth Phoenix the concerto. God knows where this is going, but the match was well put out, well fought out, and it was well done. And Matt Riddle beats Seth freaking Rollins inside a fight pit. Inside the fight pit with Daniel Cormier, the big, what they call it, the big referee. And it was a good fight. And I don't know where this feud's going. Apparently November 7th, it's going to be Matt Riddle, Seth Rollins, and Bobby Lashley for the US title. More on that in a second. But yeah, I don't know where this feud's going with him. The highlight of the night was the White Rabbit. The White Rabbit was revealed. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, he's back. That's right. Bray Wyatt, Mr. Firefly Funhouse, is back. We're going to find out this Friday where he stands. As I'm doing this now, it's Thursday. So we're going to find out on SmackDown where he stands and what his motive is, if there is a motive. But yeah, all in all, I'm just glad to see him back, if I'm being honest with you. There was talk about him not agreeing, he wanted too much money and stuff like that, but who cares? Just give him what he wants and get him back. People wanted him back. Everybody wanted him back. Yes, he got criticised for coming back by a few people as well, saying, it was rubbish, it was a waste of time and everything. Who cares? He's back. Okay? He is back where he belongs. And good on him. Where this is going, I don't know. But him coming back and where it all stood was amazing. It really was. It was amazing. So I don't know where this is going. But like I say, we'll find out on SmackDown. This upcoming SmackDown, as I'm doing this, it's Thursday. So we'll find out on SmackDown where he will fit in. So let's see what happens on that. So switching over to Raw, if I can find it, which I do. Let's switch over to Raw. Because Raw was the 25th anniversary of DX, minus Billy Gunn, but still. DX kicked off the show. Hunter tried to play corporate, and Pac, Road Dogg, and Shawn Michaels being the children. It was just DX being DX, really. Riddle came out and called out the Bloodline, which led to a match with him and Sami Zayn. Johnny Gargano beat Austin Theory. Rey Mysterio beat Chad Gable, and then Dominic. I think they're building up to a match between Dominic and Rey Mysterio. Dominic wanted to fight his father. He wouldn't do it, and you saw Rey Mysterio crying and all that stuff. This was the highlight of the night for me. Not Candice LeRae beating Bayley. But this was the highlight of the night for me. Because after Judgment Day got done with the garbage that was this situation with Ray, Balor called out AJ Styles. Now, apparently, from what you've seen, Balor wanted AJ to join the Judgment Day. AJ came out, bent the knee, and hugged Balor, and said that all his family was right in front of him. Now, Balor thought he was talking about him. He wasn't. Because even AJ said, I wasn't talking about you. And then the music played, and Gallows and Anderson returned. Gallows and Anderson Yes, Carl Anderson, the current NJPW never open weight champion. Gallows and Anderson are back in WWE. Now, the situation with this is they came out and beat up the Judgment Day, despite Rhea Ripley trying to save Dominic, which is getting ridiculous now, I'm sorry. But I like the Judgment Day. I like the way it's gone with them. Triple H knows what he's doing, and he's brought back the OC, so we're going to see the OC versus Judgment Day at some point. And it's interesting as well because, well, AJ Styles and Balor are friends, but you've got two guys in Gallows and Anderson who know Mr. Balor really, really well. Now, I'm wondering, will Balor at some point, when will that be, I don't know, but will Balor at some point turn on the Judgment Day and join forces with these four? Because everybody wants Gallows and Anderson, AJ Styles, and Balor to be a team. Kind of like that myself, to be honest. But, yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. Now, the situation with Anderson, and I assume Gallows too, they've signed a deal with WWE. However, they've agreed to work with New Japan up until Wrestle Kingdom in January. So, my guess is November 5th, Anderson who will drop his never open weight title championship to Helico, I believe his name is, the big 7-foot monster that was in Bullet Club that turned on Jay White. If you watch NJPW, you know what I'm talking about. So I would imagine it's going to be Anderson and Helico one-on-one for the never open weight title. So I assume Anderson's going to drop the title to him, and then they go on to whatever it is they're going to do after that, and then leading into Wrestle Kingdom in January, and then they'll be done. Unless they decide to do something else with WWE, and WWE decides to work with New Japan and whatever. I don't know where this is going, but that's the deal at the moment with Anderson and Gallows. Mainly Anderson, because he's agreed to work with New Japan until Wrestle Kingdom, which is early January. So, well, I guess we'll wait and see what happens on that then. But I assume that he's going to drop the never open weight title to Helico, so we'll see what happens. They're going to be facing each other November 5th. The rest of Raw was Candice LeRae and Bayley. Candice beat Bayley. Dexter Lumis still is out to make the Miz's life a living hell, and DX booked Lumis versus the Miz for next week or this coming week on Raw. If Lumis wins, he gets WWE contract. If Miz wins, he gets his wish and says bye-bye to Lumis as well. Almost beat up two locals. Now, the rumors were Bobby Lashley had to lose the title, but it was a little bit of help because there was an incident that came on before the match. Before Bobby dropped the title, it was now no longer the US champion, Seth Rollins is. So I'd imagine it's going to be Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle at some point. But now, there was all these rumors flying around with Brock Lesnar and who his opponent was going to be for November 5th at, what they call it? At, November 5th at, Crown Jewel. Now, Crown Jewel, it seems that a Crown Jewel, it's going to be, everybody wanted or assumed that they were building towards Daniel Cormier and Brock Lesnar, but it seems that Bobby Lashley was on the hit list of Lesnar because he came out and brutally attacked Lashley. So, and that's what cost Bobby Lashley the US title. And now Seth Rollins is walking around with the United States title. So, I don't know where that's going, but it's going to be Bobby and Brock at Crown Jewel, it seems. And I would imagine Brock will get even with Bobby Lashley, because that's what usually happens. You all know what happened at the beginning of the year when Lashley won the WWE Championship by beating Lesnar. I believe it was at the Rumble. You know, thanks to Heyman and all that stuff. So I assume that's where they're going with it. Brock Lesnar beats Bobby Lashley and gets even with him at Crown Jewel. But we'll see, I guess. And yes, Seth Rollins is now the US title. US champion, which has got to kick Matt Riddle right in the you-know-where. But, like I say, Brock Lesnar got in the way of that, I suppose. And yes, Riddle beat Sami Zayn. And DX came out and had their party. So, yeah, a lot of stuff that's gone down. Now, as far as Triple H goes, let me just get this up here. As far as Triple H goes, as well, let me just see list of WWE returns. So WWE turns under so full list. So all the people that have came back, right? Let's think about this. Dakota Kai and Io Sky have come back. Braun Strowman has even returned, bless his heart. Hit Row minus Swerve Strickland. He's returned. They've returned. Dakota Kai, Io Shirai, Hit Row, Braun Strowman. Dexter Lumis is back. Karrion Kross, which was probably the best move out of the lot, at least until returned. Bray Wyatt and what happened on Raw as well. Johnny Gargano is back as well. Gargano's back. A lot of people have come back, man. A lot of people have come back. Gallows and Anderson have returned as well. Triple H gets it. And Triple H is making all these changes. And apparently, from what I'm hearing and what I'm reading, there's a lot more in the pipeline. Because apparently, now that Bray Wyatt's back, Bo Dallas is looking to return. They're interested in bringing back Bo Dallas. Not only that as well, Triple H is also interested in Matt Taven, which is, I'm not going to lie, a smart idea, to be fair, because because Taven's talented. Maybe they'll bring in Mike Bennett as well, which will be, I have them two as a tag team. But I don't blame Triple H for being interested as well, because you've got some talent right there. Like I say, and even Triple H, there's mention, whether this is rumors or not, I don't know. Even Triple H is interested in Nick Aldis as well. But there's a lot of list of people that he wants to bring back. So Triple H is making the changes, man, and he doesn't look like stopping. Triple H is out to make WWE the best product it can be. And this is what it's been needing. This is what it's been needing. From God knows how long, but this is what it's been needing. And fair play to Triple H for doing it. As well. Triple H has now made WWE a wrestling company. And it's a beautiful thing, man. Raw is even better now. Raw is better now than it ever has been. Much better than it ever has been. It's good shit, man. It really is good shit. Really is good shit. And now Triple H is even trying to bring back and be level with AEW. AEW's doing good things despite what people say. But, they've even just brought in Renee, because they wanted to bring back Renee Young, but apparently Renee Young turned down an offer. And WWE, and she joined AEW, and she started yesterday. As of this recording, she started yesterday on Dynamite. And AEW's done very well. But it seems the way Tony Khan is going at the moment, or the way he's approaching certain stuff and everything, it seems to me that he's sweating bullets at the moment, because Triple H is doing what he's doing in WWE. Because he's doing a lot of stuff. He takes a dig at WWE. He doesn't focus on his own stuff. The whole CM Punk Kenny Omega Elite saga after what happened at their last pay-per-view with the brawl, backstage brawl and everything like that, the suspensions and everything. It seems that he's losing control. But what Khan needs to do is now hand over the booking reins to somebody else. Bring a booker in, somebody who knows what they're doing. I'm not saying that Tony Khan is not a good booker, but he's an owner. He needs to run it as an owner, not run it as an owner, general manager, or booker, or whatever the fuck. You know, too much too soon. I mean, he's not Paul Heyman, for crying out loud. So, I guess we'll see what happens, but I'm liking where AEW is going. But AEW now is sweating bullets because WWE is clawing their way back. And Triple H is like, okay, big shot, let's see what you got. When I do this, and X, Y, and Z, let's see how let's see who's going to have the last laugh at some point. Then, but like I say, credit to Triple H, credit to everything, credit to Impact Wrestling too, because I saw their Bound for Glory show, and the Bound for Glory show was pretty good as well, very good. Bully Ray's back in Impact Wrestling. So I'm guessing now, Bully Ray being back in Impact Wrestling, I suppose on and off again with NWA as well. But I suppose now being Bully Ray back in Impact Wrestling, I guess he's there to put over what they call it. I don't know. Like I say, I don't know. I guess he's there to put over, what's his face? Their champion, the walking weapon. Josh Alexander. I suppose he's put over there to put him. Maybe he'll win the title. I don't know. But yes, he won their little gauntlet match they had. I don't know. I don't know where that's going. But I kind of like the direction of where it's going. I'm not going to lie to you. So, yeah, I kind of like the direction of where it's going. So, I guess we'll figure it all out at some point. But yeah, it's good shit either way. It's really, 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 really good shit. Really good shit either way. So I guess we'll find out though. But like I said, WWE, AEW's kicking it. Even New Japan's killing it too. Even Impact Wrestling. You all should be watching these products, man. Even NXT's getting better now that Triple H is in charge and everything, because he's trying to rebuild NXT. So, like I said, it's good stuff, man. It's really, really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. So, I guess we'll find out in due time. So, we'll see. But I'm liking where everything's going at the moment. I'm liking where it's all going. Where it will end up, who knows? But we'll see. I'm a big fan of everything at the moment with wrestling. So, yeah. Also, what else is there? I forgot where it all was. But yeah, yeah, a lot of good stuff that's happening. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good things are happening. I forgot where we're all going now. But it's going to be interesting to see where it goes now to the end of the season. So, I guess we'll find out. I guess we will all find out at some point. So, I guess we will all find out at some point. But yeah, I think that about wraps this up, guys, if I'm being honest. I guess that wraps this up.
Welcome to the channel. My name is SaucyZX, and what I stand for and bring.
So I guess we'll find out at some point where this all goes. But like I say, I like where this is going. I really do. Sorry, guys. I was just checking something. But yeah, good shit is happening in wrestling, and I like it, despite what people say. Jim Cornette and that. But yeah, I'm loving it. I'm a loving wrestling fan at the moment. WWE is now competitive, and it's now, I wouldn't necessarily say competitive. Actually, I would necessarily say competitive, but it's getting to the point right now where it's all going great, and I love it. So I guess we'll see how all that pans out at some point as well. But yeah, it's good shit at the moment, and I'm loving it. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, well, there's no hopefully about it. Hoping you have enjoyed this episode of the podcast. Apologies for that. Hoping you have enjoyed this episode of the podcast. I will see you all again next time. Like I say, everything's now been sorted out. We're going to get some good stuff as well. Hopefully I'll get some good stuff as well. And hopefully I'll get some interviews at some point as well. I'll have to get in touch with somebody regarding that as well. But yeah, if I do the interviews, guys, there'll be just one big episode themselves. And I've got November 19th, I'll be at a wrestling show, hopefully, if I get my car back. I'll be at a wrestling show November 19th, so I will probably have that as well. And I might do some reviews on some of the wrestling shows as well, especially the last one I went to as well, regarding EPW. So I guess we'll wait and see how it all pans out. But yeah, good shit is happening, and I love it. And I love it very much. So until next time, guys, I am the head Anthony Walker, aka Games Matter. This has been the Wrestling Matters podcast, and you all know wrestling matters, guys, and it should matter to you, because it damn sure matters to me. It's good to be a wrestling fan. Until next time, guys, peace.
Oh, can't you see we're running out of time? You gotta lose your mind if you think you're doing fine.